Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I used to be a huge Star Wars fan, still am, as far as the original trilogy goes, and I can watch the prequels. At the time, I wasn't a huge fan. They were largely disappointing. But in retrospect, after seeing what Disney has done to this once epic franchise, I actually love the prequels compared to the garbage that we've gotten. And there hasn't been a new film released since 2019. We're going on 5 years since the rise of Skywalker. That's not a coincidence. They stopped putting out movies because the movies bombed, at least compared to their actual budget. They may have made a little bit. Actually, Solo lost money. And after Solo lost money and they wrapped up the trilogy, I think they were thinking, at least the heads of Disney were saying, hey, y'all can't put out just whatever old movie now. Star Wars is no longer a guarantee to make money, and there's a good reason for that. They have run this franchise into the ground with absolute incompetence. And the fact of the matter is, the people running Star Wars do not care about Star Wars, do not care about Star Wars fans, and are not even good at making movies, even if they did care for the most part. They're not good filmmakers. They're activists. We've called them activists over the years. And now they've hired a literal activist to direct the new Rey movie.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
It's just mind-blowing. They're making a Rey movie. So there's 3 movies coming out right now. This is the slate. I don't believe these movies will actually release on these dates, and I'm not even convinced they'll all release. We've heard, what happened to the Rian Johnson trilogy? What happened to this other trilogy that was announced? They've been announcing movies. I've been hearing all kinds of movies announced. Lando Calrissian movie. What happened to that? I don't take this as a word. Anyway, May 22nd, 2026, December 18, 2026, and December 17, 2027 are the current dates that Lucasfilm has booked for this Rey Skywalker New Jedi Order movie that's going to completely bomb, that's directed by a literal activist. Nobody cares if a woman directs the movie. We don't care who directs the movie. At least normally, back in the day, you just, a new movie's coming out. Okay, we're going to see it. It's awesome. We're excited. They have to push this woman activist, woman. I love making men uncomfortable. That's her own quote. And I just can't imagine what she's going to do with this. Oh my gosh, this movie's going to bomb. This movie's going to bomb, and it's going to be absolutely horrific. I'm sorry. I don't see any other way around that. I will be shocked if this movie's even mediocre. And if it makes a penny, I'll be shocked. Dave Filoni's The Mandalorian movie. We just recently heard some news dropped about this movie that Jon Favreau is tapped to direct. A lot of people are excited about that, because Jon Favreau supposedly is one of the few Star Wars directors who actually has some talent. But do you think he's just going to be allowed to do his own thing? I highly doubt that. But okay, this movie might have some potential to be decent, and it might actually have a chance to make a couple pennies. And then you have James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie. We'll see if this even happens, but I have absolutely zero faith in anything Lucasfilm related. This company, these are not comprised of the same people that made the great Star Wars movies of the past, and they're not comprised of great filmmakers who want to do great things with these movies. They're comprised of activists who want to inject their... And I'm not saying Star Wars hasn't always had politics to some extent. I know it has. I know there's been some comparisons to some real world stuff, but it's very much not hammered over your head with it. It's very much subtle, especially in the original trilogy. You don't watch it and think about Vietnam. You don't watch it and are hammered over the head with messaging and especially not identity politics, which is what they do this day and age. But it's not so much just that. It's that they don't care about the actual movie. They care more about the identity politics, more about the messaging. And this director, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine what this movie's going to be. It's going to completely bomb. I'm not going to watch it. I don't, feel free to go see it. I won't tell you not to, but I don't have any motivation to give Lucasfilm a penny, or Disney a penny. They have run this franchise into the ground. They made that trilogy without, just throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks. They didn't even have a plan for that Disney trilogy. It's absolute garbage. absolute garbage. From the first movie, you go to the second with The Last Jedi, and you could tell Rian Johnson just threw all the plans out from the first movie that J.J. Abrams set up, did his own thing, and just made this horrible movie. And then go back to J.J. Abrams for the third, throws more shit at the wall, just making up shit, and it's the most stupidest movie ever made in The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, the literal stupidest movie I've ever seen. The Last Jedi is horrible, but Rise of Skywalker is stupid and thinks you are an absolute moron. And I'm sorry, dude. I'm not going to keep supporting this because it's not a good company. It's not a good movie franchise at this point. That's the bottom line. It just has the name Star Wars. I'll throw on the original trilogy anytime. And other than that, complete trash. Okay, I thought that Rogue One was pretty good, but that was only the second movie they came out with at that point, and it took a miracle to make that good. There was some behind-the-scenes stuff, and someone else came in to fix it. Turned out to be pretty good. That's the only Disney product. Okay, The Mandalorian might be okay, but I'm not. I checked out before that show even came out, so can't speak on the shows. But as far as the movies go, complete, utter garbage. Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll talk to you in the next video.